What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. I'm Jen Palco. Today we're going to talk about jealousy. And I'm going to give you 3 easy steps that you can take to end your relationship with jealousy. Now, jealousy, being a jealous person, this is common for a lot of people. You know, this stems back from when we were children and our brothers and sisters. We were jealous that, you know, our brother, our sister got a toy and we didn't, or we were jealous in school of somebody who got a better grade than us, or later on in life, we're jealous of a friend maybe who has a certain success, or a boyfriend or girlfriend that achieves something, and internally we're a little jealous of them. So how do we move past jealousy? Is it beneficial at all to us later on in life? What exactly is jealousy? So jealousy, by definition, is a resentment towards someone for somebody's rivalry, success, or achievements. So it is a resentment towards somebody. A resentment towards somebody who has achieved something. And oftentimes this is a low vibrational state. And today what I'm going to talk about primarily are our emotional states and something called the emotional guidance scale, which you can see behind me. I have a whole list of emotions, feelings that we feel. So the first step is actually to identify which feeling you get usually when you feel jealous. Do you feel anger most of the time, or do you feel more like disgust? Do you feel rage? Do you feel depression, hopelessness? See, there's different ways that we experience jealousy. What is that first initial reaction you have when you feel jealous? So again, after you've determined what your initial reaction is to jealousy, you have to look at this scale and see where you are. Are you closer to the bottom? Are you more in a downward spiral? Or are you closer to the top where you can easily lift yourself up? So that will determine how bad, I guess, your jealousy is, or how much effort it's going to take you to move up the scale. Because like I said, if you're coming from a place of insecurity, guilt, unworthiness, fear, depression, hopelessness, it's going to be very difficult to transfer all the way up to joy and freedom and love, eagerness, happiness, stuff like that. But if you are in the anger, or even the doubt and worry section of the emotional ladder, then it's going to be easier for you to get to the top, or it's going to take less time for you, more so. I'm not saying it's not possible to go from here all the way to here, because it is, but it will require a little more work from you, more effort from you, and more awareness of what you're feeling and determining where you are in this on this scale. Jealousy in itself can be a feeling, an emotion, and as you'll see here, it is very low on the vibrational scale. Okay, so the third step is to gradually move up the scale. How do you do this? Well, you have to. It's almost like a computer. So if you've had, depending how old you are, if you've had 30 years, 40 years, 50 years of programming in your mind, in your subconscious, it's hard to change those beliefs. You can't really change them because they're already there. But what you can do is input new data into the computer. So you cannot just erase the whole computer. You cannot just erase your whole memory. That stuff is there, will always be there. But you can input new data. So this requires a little bit of effort on your end. So what you have to do is, when you feel that, you know, the stirring up of jealousy within you, instead of that initial reaction, that impulse that you want to react right away, whether it's through anger, whether it's feeling depressed, what you want to do is almost like hovering with your mouse, you know, on the computer, and hovering over that feeling for a second, and give yourself time to actually observe what you're feeling, and then try to input a new feeling. So if you are feeling, you know, jealousy down here, if you can get to a point where you can experience more like hatred or anger or even discouragement. So instead of of being, you know, very low, very insecure, very fearful, saying, oh, I'm a loser, like they didn't invite me, or my husband or wife went out, or you have insecurity that your husband or wife is cheating on you, you know, they're flirting with somebody, with a friend of yours or something like that. Instead of feeling and putting all the blame on yourself and feeling hopeless and desperate, if you can move to a place of feeling angry, not that it's great to feel angry at your husband or wife, but it is a little higher on the emotional ladder. So if you can just be mad about it, and instead of taking it, you know, having it turn inwardly towards yourself and hatred towards yourself, if you can project it outward, not project it outward, like don't punch your husband in the face or anything like that, but if you can project it with your thoughts and say, I'm so mad that he did that, then that is actually moving you up on the emotional ladder a little bit. And then if you can go from there, if you can sit with that for a while, or maybe it may take some time, you know, you keep implementing it over and over and retraining your brain in a sense, then eventually you can get to a point where of discouragement, doubt, worry, frustration. And then from that point on, then you can move your way up to boredom, hopefulness, optimism, all the way up to joy and bliss and freedom and love and stuff like that. So that's essentially how it works. It is about implementing new programs into your mind, retraining yourself. So instead of always reacting like you normally react, it's like I said, taking the mouse and hovering over that feeling for a couple seconds or a couple minutes, and trying to input new data into your computer. And the more you do this consistently over time, the more you start changing your body's vibration. So you will be more in vibrational alignment. Okay, so when you are all the way down here, you're going to feel very out of alignment, okay, with yourself, with things around you, people around you. But if you can get to a point where you are really working to move up the ladder, then that is where you can actually overcome jealousy, and you can retrain yourself to not be this jealous person who you always identify with. But it's going to take a little bit of effort in retraining, because like I said, if you've had 20, 30, 40, 50 years of feeling this way and always reacting the same way, then, you know, your body, your autopilot mode, you're always going to want to revert back to that initial reaction. But you do have control on how you react to people, that initial reaction. You do have a choice. And that choice is to move up the scale a little bit to something that feels a little bit better. And you can kind of sense, you know, the example I gave of when you are turning, say you suspected your husband's flirting with a friend of yours or cheating on you or something like that, and you turned inwardly toward yourself, and you started self-judging, self-bashing yourself, okay? A lot of hatred towards yourself. Once you moved up towards projecting it outward a little bit to like anger, discouragement, and then eventually to just doubt and worry, do you feel how it feels a little bit lighter internally in your body? That is because you are actually increasing and lifting up your body's vibration. So in essence, it's going to feel better. So you want to reach for thoughts and feelings that feel better, not feel worse, but feel better. And that will help you move up the scale again. So that is it for today, guys. That is my take on jealousy and moving up the emotional scale, the emotional ladder. And if you have any questions or comments, please comment below. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I put out a video every single morning. My intention is to give as much value as I can. And other than that, I hope you all have a great day. All right, peace. See you again.